What's up, guys? Okay, I wanted to make a follow-up video. I think I pretty much got the topic for the next streams. It's going to be kind of it's going to be lengthy because it's a huge topic, and I actually don't even know how to divide it up into its domains because it's such a big topic. But I was reviewing the responses on what topics you guys want to do for discussion, and then somebody made me aware of the ARFCOM threads. There's an ARFCOM thread, and there was some watch they watched some of the live streams, and then they basically thought I was off my rocker, which is understandable. I mean, I get it, I understand it, but essentially, they also put forward a straw man argument, which was that they basically equated that entire live stream to this live stream equals COVID-19 testing helps the Rothschilds. You know what I mean? Which is it's dishonest. It's dishonest, and it's like somebody could read that and then they would have no interest in the topic. Which, if they actually understood what the topic was, they might actually have some interest, right? So that pretty much sealed the deal on the topic. So essentially, all of these things that we're talking about, we could talk about individual things all that we want, in a deep way. We could really like penetrate into the meat of that and figure out. I'm sure they eat Skittles. It is a council of chickens. That's the big mama. So essentially, all these topics pretty much come down to the relationship of Jews to the United States, and that's pretty much that's essentially what everything revolves around that we're talking about. Like that is the center of it. Now, when I say that, people get really uncomfortable because essentially what the situation of the world is that people have their own. Everyone's miseducated, and everybody has not only a miseducation, but like a total indoctrination of deceit. And so essentially, what I mean by that is like let's say that I said, was talking about world events, and then I put in the center of it, I said, like, here's the center of what all these things are revolving around, and I said it's the Chinese. Well, what are you going to say? You're going to be like, well, fuck, let's go get them, right? Because that's how things have been done. World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Iraq, etc. That's like the MO, right? So use the hammer, right? But what I'm trying to explain is that's just that's a synthesized conditioning, right? It's a synthesized conditioning. Like you really win wars. I mean, of course, like resources and people and esprit de corps, like of course all that stuff comes into play, right? I'm not putting that down. I'm just saying that there's something else there, which is money, right? Like if a country's really poor, they're not going to fight well against a country that has like a GDP that's like 10 times its GDP. Like it's just not going to go well, right? Because there's just too much material, they have too much prosperity and technology to go up against each other. But not all the time, right? Like VC, for instance, VC versus United States and Vietnam, right? Which is a more complex issue than how I just summed it up. It's more complex than that. But anyway, just to give a point. Yeah, there's a serious misunderstanding and miseducation, and a straw man argument. Like when somebody says that, if somebody goes in a forum and says Dugan's lost it, and then they give an argument that I didn't give, and then imply that I gave that, that could also be like that could be genuine, where it's like a genuine misunderstanding, but it could also be misdirection. Like that could be somebody who has no interest in the topic being known about, and so they're just throwing that out there, even though I didn't say it. Maybe they watched it and they know I didn't say it, and then they're just saying that I said that so that when someone reads in the forum, they're like, oh, well, it's stupid and I don't want to watch it, right? Just some thoughts. How much help did the VC have from the USSR? They had entire. I mean, it's entirely from the USSR. Jade. The final solution is for people to wake up and to take control of themselves, and to understand that the system that we're operating in is entirely a destructive system in terms of that. In terms of that. It's not like like people have a real misunderstanding between the idea of capitalism and communism. It's a very misunderstood thing. It just, well, somebody else said final solution. I didn't say that. What I was saying is that, like, when I say that, I don't think you shouldn't murder people, right? Like, murder's wrong, but you also it's like this. You can't go and take Happy Meals all the time and let all your stores close down and just watch it all happen, and then watch all your media get consolidated and watch your supply lines get consolidated, and then watch your government keep telling you that you live in a capitalist society when you're actually, it's so obvious that you live in a completely managed, pseudo-communist society, right? And then to say, like, oh, we got screwed, like we just didn't even know, and then now we're going to bring the hammer. That's not very honest, right? I mean, honestly, right? I mean, you can blame other people, but it's us, right? It's our choice. We can't get out of this by just taking the package as it is right now and then like running with it, like moving the ball forward. It's a destructive system. It's not a maintainable system from the ground up. Like it's destined for failure. Like that's the point of it. The point of the system is to destroy the Western Empire, which is considered to be an extension of Rome, of Edom, I mean, that's just a fact. But anyway, the way that people are gonna understand this is only by discussing it, and the preloaded opinions of something like you can't, essentially, in the world right now, the most powerful word that I could say is Jew. Like, no word that has more power than the word Jew. So if I say the word Jew, Jew, then half of the United States would be completely disgusted because they would automatically associate it with racism, because they would say, well, he's not even a Jew. He can't say the word Jew. It doesn't even matter what the topic is. I don't even have to say anything, right? I just say the word Jew, and then people get their hair stands up, right? Then I could say another group of people, I could say the word Jew, and then they would get happy because they would think about like giving the Jews revenge, right? They'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna get them. Dugan knows what's up with the Jews, right? You get what I'm saying? It's an extremely powerful word, but it doesn't have to be. You've made it powerful, right? So I'm certainly like when if I read a comment on a thread when somebody's talking about these live streams, and then they say they try to dissuade people or to shut me down by accusing me of like insanity, like that doesn't intimidate me. So we're gonna do what we're gonna do, obviously. What it does is it completely illuminates the point that I need to drive home, because obviously the guy doesn't understand, right? So now it's like, okay, so we'll just cover directly what he's confused about, and then he'll understand. And then, he's welcome to come and watch. He's welcome to come and watch, and then he can give criticism in the chat, right? Because I welcome criticism. Like, I don't want to give a misunderstanding or misinformation, right? This is Acro. This is my acrobatic chicken. She's really unique because she does everything on her own. So like, you notice the entire flock is over there. Acro's over here. Acro's got like higher intelligence than all the other chickens. So she does her own thing. She escapes any of the boundaries. She She never stays, like she'll work her way out of the pen. I just let her go with it. I mean, she can't help it. She's a smart. Yeah, she does actually. So they're roosterless right now. I had to call the rooster. Right, I had to call the rooster. So she actually took over the dominant position, but she's not a she's like an omega personality. She's not like an alpha personality. She's an omega, meaning that she's capable of fulfilling the role of a rooster, but she chooses not to. So she essentially just overwatches all the chickens all the time, but she's not there to help them. Like if something came and attacked them, she'd just walk off. She's not gonna defend it. She came with another bird that was her sister, and her sister got eaten by I think it was a domestic dog came in and ate her sister, and she probably just walked off there too. Yeah, very high IQ for a chicken. She is. Well, she's called Acrobat. Most of my chickens don't have names. I don't name them except for that she's so unique. When we first got her, the way that she would like fly, you know, she's the earliest to fly, climbing all over everything. She always sits the highest, you know, so she's very acrobatic. Yeah, exactly. Not my problem. Omega chicken. Yeah, Omega personality type. So anyway, so we're gonna do a live stream on the on Sunday at we're gonna do 7 p.m. and I'm gonna try to keep it absolute max 2 hours. Probably I'd like to get it shorter than that and maybe do it in installments. You know, like a couple of series, just because it's such a huge topic, and I don't know exactly how to organize that, but I'll figure it out. Maybe the first podcast, maybe the first stream. I keep saying podcast. Maybe the first stream will be just an organizational. So I'm Central Time. You know, so you'd be 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is the stream, and then I'll try to organize what I can before then. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have. You know, it's Tuesday now. I don't know how much time I'll have, but if I don't have a ton of material together, then we'll just talk about things that you want to talk about in that general topic, and then we'll move on to a more organized stream following up with that, and as many as we need. Because yeah, like censorship, I'm not gonna do it. You know, it's not gonna work. You know, if you want to come in and criticize me, then I welcome it, because you know, that's great. You should if I have a weak point, if I'm wrong, you should tell me how I'm wrong, so then I'm educated, so then I don't miseducate people, right, and tell them incorrect information. But if you think you're just gonna brute force me, and like with Marxist tactics, like that's not gonna work. I don't really care. Good girl. Okay, so that's what's on the schedule now. I would ask this. So final. I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have the topic. I did read all the posts that everybody put for the other video, and so you can keep posting there if you got a topic that you want to talk about, and then when we finish that first part, we'll move on to that. And I'll go back and read it. So the homework that I would like to give you is to watch a video. It's an hour long. Just if you have time, if you can withstand it, watch a video. It's called let's see. It's a gentleman. It's an interview with a gentleman named oh shoot, what's his last name? Let's see. It's an interview with a Jewish author, an Israeli. I think he's probably like Austrian Israeli. His name is Israel Schock. Israel Schock. So it's an interview from like 1990s era, pre Iraq War, and he's kind of like he kind of poses himself as a independent. I take it a secular Israeli Jew. I'm not really sure, but that's like his. That's like that's at least the way that he comes across in the interview, and then he's critical. in the interview, he's critical of the nation state of Israel. And then, but what's really important about the interview is to note, I want you to pay attention, not just to like what's being said, right? Like don't watch it and say like, well, Dugan told us to watch this, so this is all correct. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying watch the interview and watch it in the context that it's in, but also without. Watch their body language. Watch what how they interact with each other, and particularly, it's not going to be hard to notice. You're going to notice the interviewer, who's going to be an American. Yeah, Israel Shahak. I'm going to post a link to it, but be sure to watch the interviewer. You're going to notice it right away because it's going to be very annoying. But you can watch the demeanor between the two. That's equally as important as the content of the interview, if not more important, to the actual context of the to the topic that's being discussed, because the interviewer is essentially the reflection of the United States, even though it's an old video. So I'll post a link to that in the description of this shortly once this video goes up. And I wanted to tell you guys about the next stream. It's going to be on Sunday. This Sunday coming up. It should be May 10th, I believe, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1900 hours. And I will see you there. Have fun.